Hi, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Bienvenidos a todos. We are here today with an exciting webinar. This is Sarah of Spa and Wellness MexiCaribe, and I'm here with Gail Kelly, Head of Training for VOYA International Beauty. And Gail is going to tell us all about the secrets of seaweed in skincare. We have a really exciting webinar with some really interesting content. Thanks for joining us today, Gail.
Thank you for having me, Sarah. It's great to come on with you guys and to talk to you a little bit more in depth, I suppose, about seaweed and the huge benefits that it has within skincare. So yeah, it's great to catch up with everyone and we'll go through the presentation, and I know that we'll be doing some questions and answers. And again, I love questions, so please feel free to ask away. But yeah, we'll get started then. So
yes.
Yeah. So what I'm just going to do, I suppose, is do a little bit of a recap with everyone on who we are as a brand and how we originated. I know my colleague Catherine Russell was on with you a few months ago, so I won't take up too much of your time, and I will get straight into then the secrets of seaweed within skin. So yeah, we'll look at our very first slide. We're going to look at the history of VOYA and the history of seaweed here in Ireland. So we are located on the beautiful northwest coast, and that's where I am at the moment. And seaweed has always been a huge part of Irish tradition. So it dated back to about 300 years ago. Seaweed, first of all, was seen as the sailor's cure. And what we mean by that is sailors were one of the first groups of people to start to use seaweed in a really positive way. I'm sure we've all watched those programs on fishing that we have nowadays, those documentaries, and we see that conditions on board these vessels, are very, very basic. So you can imagine life on board a fishing vessel or a boat 300 years ago. Very, very basic. So you didn't have first aid kits on there, you didn't have sun protection, you didn't obviously have any moisturizers or skin protection, and also the food on board as well was of very low nutritional value. So a lot of the time there was vitamin and mineral deficiencies. So what sailors used to do was, if they had an empty vessel or when they came upon an empty vessel on board, they would take the seaweed from the water along with the ocean water as well, and they would immerse themselves in a type of seaweed bath up as far as they could on their body. And what they seen was the external effects. So externally, if they had any lacerations, any rope burns, any sunburn, they've seen that it helped, first of all, to take down the inflammation associated with it and the pain associated with it, but it also helped to heal it that much quicker as well. If they had chronically dry skin, which they so many times would have had, so cracking, very, very dry skin, they noticed that the seaweed was helping to hydrate, helping to nourish, helping to moisturize the skin, transform their skin. What they also noticed then as well is that overall feeling of well-being is what we describe after you've had a seaweed treatment or you use a seaweed product. And what we know nowadays is it was helping to remineralize their body. So any vitamins and minerals that they were lacking in, which was quite a few, their body, through a form of osmosis, would absorb it. So transdermally, the way we use any of the likes of transdermal medication, or that your skin is such a large organ that any of the vitamins and minerals that are held within seaweed, and remember, approximately 80% of the dry matter of seaweed is made up of vitamins and minerals. What their bodies would have done is absorbed any of those vitamins and minerals and helped to top up their vitamin and mineral levels. It was also helping to detoxify as well. So helping to stimulate the lymphatic system, the blood circulatory system, all in a healthier manner. So whilst they seen the external effects of it quite visibly, they also felt the internal effects, which we now have a much better understanding of nowadays. In the 1850s, seaweed had been hand harvested in Sligo in Ireland for over 150 years. So not only did sailors start to use it, but we also started to use it on the land. So Ireland being a huge agricultural country, if ever you look at pictures of Ireland, it's always those beautiful green, rich, luscious fields. And a lot of that is thanks to seaweed. So before we had artificial fertilizers, and to this day, still on our organic farms, we use seaweed. For once seaweed begins to break down, all of those vitamins and minerals are placed into the soil, so leaving very nutritious soil. In 1912, seaweed started to be used for seaweed bathing houses. It became extremely popular, and the first ones were opened in Strandhill, where we originate. However, we did have a large hurricane, one which we have never actually seen the likes of before, and haven't seen since. And it was Hurricane Debbie. With a lot of the seaweed bathing houses situated along the northwest coast and the west coast where the hurricane hit, a lot of them were destroyed and they remained unopened for many years. And that is where then in 2000, the Walton family decided to reopen the town's seaweed baths in Strand Hill. The reason being for that is because they are an extremely athletic family. So they're into a lot of triathlons, marathons, long distance running, a lot of endurance sports. So obviously muscle repair, muscle recovery is very, very important. And a lot of the times athletes turn to ice baths to help with that. However, by having a seaweed bath, it's far more effective for muscle recovery and muscle repair. So we have an alginate gel in there, which helps to break down lactic acid within the muscles, and then also fantastic anti-inflammatory property as well. So great for helping with muscle repair. And that is kind of where the light bulb moment went off for the Walton family. They had already been using seaweed in their organic farm as a fertilizer. So they already had a great knowledge of harvesting seaweed. And they decided to use it personally in baths to help recover after their sporting activities. And that then led to the Strand Hill bathhouses opening. And then that's where the ball really started to roll for us. So then in 2003, Mark and Kira, who are our CEO founders of VOYA, Mark's brother Neil and his wife Bernice run the Strand Hill Seaweed Baths. Mark and Kira run the Project House. And in 2003, our very first Lazy Days seaweed bath was introduced and our first retail product. To this day, it's still our very best seller, a great product to take home for a guest to take after their spa experience or as a gift as well. It is a traditional Irish seaweed bath in a box. So you can have all of those benefits of seaweed anywhere in the world. So yeah, 2003 seen our first product, and it just sold, like we say here in Ireland, it sold like hotcakes. And that is where Mark and Kira then decided to start to look into the development of more products. So our body line came through, then our facial line, along with treatments, etc. And we really haven't stopped from there. Every single year you see something new, something innovative, something different from us. So yeah, in 2006, following 6 years of research and intense development, we now have a full range of seaweed-based organic products and also some beautiful spa therapies as well. Very, very innovative and intriguing spa therapies, which really make your spa menu pop. And in 2009, we took our first step onto the international market. So one of our first accounts that opened up was the beautiful Burj Al Arab in Dubai. It's that flagship hotel that when you see again pictures of Dubai, it's what you notice. So yeah, that was where we first started to develop internationally. And since then, we have expanded to 37 countries. That is growing every single year. We have the beautiful chateau. I placed some pictures in there, and I've thankfully got to visit all of these incredible places. So this is the chateau. It is an organic retreat in the Malaysian mountains, and it's absolutely stunning. Gili Lanka Fushi in the Maldives, which is just down here in the left-hand corner. Gili won the world's best resort there in 2019. The Palms in Turks and Caicos, Kamala in Thailand, the Woodhouse Day Spas in the US, which are a 75 location large chain of day spas, beautiful, beautiful day spas. We have the Four Seasons there in the USA, Waldorf Astoria in the UAE, the Mandarin Orientals, Hong Kong, which only recently opened with us, albeit virtual. So that was very, very new for us and a really kind of a very poignant moment in 2020 and something that we never visualized being able to do. So it was great to get that off the ground. And we also partner with Centre Parks in the UK and Ireland as well. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to stay quiet for a few moments. We have our co-founder, our CEO, Mark Walton, who is going to talk to you. It's about 4 minutes long, just over 4 minutes long, recapping a little bit on what I've said, and then also, I suppose, expanding a little bit on what I've just gone through with you. Some beautiful drone footage as well. So this is where we do our seaweed harvesting. This is the northwest coast of Ireland as well. And the nice thing about it is too that anyone that you do see in this video, they're our team. So yeah, it's the guys who work with us and do the seaweed harvesting, etc. So yeah, enjoy.
Hello, my name is Mark Walton and I'm the founder and managing director of VOYA Organic Beauty. I started this company 15 years ago with my wife, Kira. Back then, we decided to move home from our corporate careers in Dublin to my family home in the west of Ireland to enjoy a better quality of life. My brother, Neil, and my father, who at the time was running the Seaweed bathing house here in the village of Strandhill. And this was really key to us creating VOYA, the brand as it is known today. Seaweed bathing is a 300-year-old tradition, Ireland's only indigenous therapy. In 1912, there was 9 seaweed bathhouses in my small village. And seaweed harvesting is a tradition that is passed down through generations in Ireland. We hand harvest seaweed that is used in both seaweed baths and our skincare products. By process selection, we look for the finest quality seaweed and we harvest it at particular times of the year to really get the best out of each of those plants. And when we do this by hand to ensure that our coastline isn't damaged in any way, and we only return to reefs to harvest once they have been given time to regrow. In 2006, Kira and I realised people were looking to bring the healing powers of seaweed bathing and the whole experience itself home. That is how VOYA began. With our first product, Lazy Days, the detoxifying seaweed bath. This evolved into a range that now includes over 50 products, from advanced organic facial products for specific skin concerns to home fragrance and even teas. At VOYA, we believe there has to be a better way. Therefore, we always seek the most sustainable solutions in business when creating these luxury skincare products and spa treatments. Some of the key points of our brand to remember are: all of our cartons are made from FSC board, but also with actual seaweed that we harvest ourselves. It's a byproduct of some of our manufacturing, so we decided why don't we make some cartons with seaweed and FSC board. But also the ink that we use on all of our cartons is vegetable based and water soluble. Also, the packing chips that we use to ship products around the world, they're all made from cornstarch and they dissolve in water. At the moment as well, we're on track to having all of our plastic newly recycled plastic as well. Something I have been very proud of for a number of years is that our entire production and our footprint is carbon balanced with the World Land Trust. But also the way the World Land Trust balances our carbon footprint is actually by buying up pieces of the tropical rainforest and turn them into natural conservation areas. So not only are we balancing our carbon footprint, but we're also protecting the endangered species of the Amazon particularly. VOYA has been at the forefront of organic formulation technology for over a decade. We're the world's first producer of certified organic seaweed-based cosmetics, and we've been working with the development of organic standards in cosmetics for over a decade. We work with bodies like the Soil Association, Cosmos, the Irish Organic Association, and all of our products contain a vast variety of novel cosmetic ingredients. But underpinning everything that we do, it's scientific research. Seaweed is scientifically proven to have a profound effect on the skin's collagen production levels. It's full of antioxidants. It increases moisturization levels, elasticity. So not only are we a certified organic sustainable brand, our ethos is led by scientific research, and we will continue to develop formulations which will deliver the maximum results for you.
Yes, well, that is Mark, and he's just telling you a little bit more, I suppose, of about our brand. and kind of where we originated to where we are today. So just to, I suppose, follow on from that, obviously what we do is, and one of our unique selling points is the fact that we are certified organic by Soil Association Cosmos. And that means that there are no harsh chemicals within our products, nothing that's harmful to us or to the environment. So we can promise we don't have any artificial colours or fragrances. Therefore, you do see kind of different colour variations based off of each batch. We've no genetically modified ingredients, any dioxins, any petroleums, any mineral oils, which were so popular, and I suppose to this day still are, they're now known to be toxic, the waste product of crude oil. So parabens, which are a chemical preservative and widely used throughout the industry. You will see, it's great to see kind of a turning point. Consumers are becoming so much more aware of what is within their products, and you will see them now turning over packaging and actually, reading ingredient listing. So you will see a lot of companies now with the paraben-free logo. Any animal derivatives we are free from, those two, ureas, sodium lauryl sulfate, again very popular, it's a foaming agent. So any of your toothpaste, facial washes, laundry detergent, anything that foams up will generally have sodium lauryl sulfate in there. But again, change is certainly coming, and it is being removed. So with a lot of our products, like our shower gels, our facial washes and that, they don't foam up as much as a typical product would that contains SLS, but they still do have that foaming action. Glycols, any hexanes, phthalates, aluminiums as well, all free from those ingredients. So what do we stand for? So at VOYA, we view sustainability as a necessity rather than an option in our growing global economy. We take pride in our authentic heritage and transparent business practices. So did you know, and I know Mark mentioned it there, but our packaging board is made from a special blend of FSC certified pulps, but we also use our own hand harvested seaweed. So with VOYA, when we do hand harvest our seaweed, first of all, we only take seaweed from the reef that is of high nutritional value and that is ripe. It is a crop at the end of the day. So whenever you harvest any crop, there is some crop that haven't developed properly, some crop that's perhaps past the sell-by date, and then you have crop then that is at its optimum time for harvesting. So yeah, first of all, when we do take seaweed, we do make sure that it is the best nutritional quality seaweed, but through different processing ways, we do obviously have seaweed byproduct. So instead of disposing of that, what we do with that is we grind it down into a very fine mixture, and we add it in with a special blend of FSC pulp, and we use it within our packaging. So our packaging is made from seaweed board. Along with that, any of the ink that is used within our packaging is all vegetable-based inks, all water soluble, so you can completely compost that box, and there's no harmful going back into the environment. Also, our packing chips as well. Our packing chips, something we're very proud of. So they look typically like styrofoam packing chips, but they're actually cornstarch. So you can place them into, we've had some really great kind of emails and that in, where you can place them into a bucket of water, into your sink. Some people are placing them into their bath, and all you do is add water and they slowly break down and they're easily disposed of. So yeah, very proud, and we're constantly searching of new ways to improve on how we do things within the organic industry. We're very much a leading kind of entity within the organic movement. So I want to bring to your attention just 2 trials that we have recently done. As you probably know, seaweed is a fantastic antioxidant, one of nature's most powerful antioxidants, and it really does prove it here in this slide. So we undertook a series of tests with the Organic Institute in Tralee, and we tested our 4 types of seaweed against a control. The test was completed on human keratinite cells over a 24-hour period, and we tested them first of all for to see their level of antioxidant protection. And Fucus serratus is the mainstay of the VOYA products. Fucus serratus is found widely on the shores of Ireland. It's a seaweed that we have the most access to. Thankfully, when the tide retracts and goes out, it's left on the reef. So it's very, very easy to harvest even in harsh weather conditions. So Fucus serratus is what we use within our seaweed baths and mainly within our products. And that has a 724% increase in how it protects the human cells. So an incredible increase. And antioxidants, so important in everyday life. Mainly, again, obviously with the pandemic in mind, making sure that our immune systems are fighting strong. Antioxidants really great way to ensure that our immune systems are at full tilt. Fucus serratus, the mainstay of the VOYA products, the one that you use within our seaweed baths, 724% increase, incredible. Hymanthale elongata is a type of seaweed, it's seaweed spaghetti, which we use within our oily skincare range, and that has an increase of 533%. You then have Fucus fasciculosus, which is available in a body scrub. A fantastic body scrub, very active, high in iodine, so great for helping to stimulate the metabolism and getting that thyroid going again. And that has helped increase antioxidant protection by 280%. And I always say Laminaria digitata, of course it's coming in last place, it's coming in fourth, but by no means a poor result. 122% increase in antioxidant protection. I mean, if that was the highest result that we had got, we would have been so proud of that. Laminaria digitata, a flat type of seaweed, which we use within our facials, great for helping with cell regeneration, great for helping with collagen production as well. You'll see that on the next slide. Laminaria, flat type of seaweed, which we use in our facials and also as a seaweed leaf wrap as well. Something very different to have on your spa menus. So conclusion, all VOYA seaweeds increase the skin's ability to fight against free radicals. By protecting the skin from free radicals, you can help to protect against premature aging. Great for helping to protect against premature aging, but also help to slow down the signs of aging as well and help to correct any anti-aging kind of concerns. Helps to prevent cell damage, so important. Decreases inflammation within the body, strengthens the immune system, and that is very much kind of just skimming the surface of just how powerful antioxidants are for our body. But on our next slide then, we're going to look at collagen. So our collagen trial, another in vitro test, so same thing, done over a 24-hour period on human keratinite cells. So really great result here. So collagen 1 production is what we're looking at. So within our body, we had 19 different types of collagen. However, collagen 1 and collagen 3 make up the vast percentage of the collagen that we have in our body. And collagen 1, very important for the skin structure. Laminaria digitata absolutely amazed us with an incredible result of helping to stimulate collagen production within the body by 202%. We all know that after the age of 30, like so many things, and I know I will be touching on some of them in this presentation, everything begins to slow down a little bit. So wherever we can get a boost from, is fantastic, and that is why seaweed very much is so results driven and so sought after within the spa industry. You see so many different product houses trying to incorporate seaweed into their products because it really and truly works so well with our bodies, but not only that, with our skin as well. Very results driven. So collagen is increased by 202%. Fucus serratus, again, the mainstay of the VOYA products, 143%. Just to touch on Laminaria digitata there, Laminaria digitata is primarily used within our dry dehydrated range, and again, which focuses a lot on anti-aging benefits as well. Laminaria digitata, primarily within our dry dehydrated range. Fucus serratus, the mainstay, and the one that you will see within our normal range, but also features a lot within our body range and obviously our seaweed baths as well. Fucus fasciculosus then, or our bladder is within our scrub. Really incredible scrub, very results driven, and it's 126% increase in collagen. And then Hymanthale elongata, a 94% increase. Just really highlights the importance of seaweed in skincare and where those results come from and why seaweed is is such a fantastic ingredient to have within our formulations, and why you do see those very much those instantaneous results from using the products. So next, what we're going to look at are a couple of buzzword, I call them buzzword ingredients. So what I mean by that is ingredients that you hear a lot of, that you see a lot of, and that your clients and your guests look towards nowadays as well, very much on, highlighted on social media, etc. And some of these ingredients here that I'm going to speak to you about, a lot of the time guests feel that they need to turn to cosmeceutical products to access these ingredients, that within the organic skincare ranges, that these ingredients aren't within the formulations. But what I want to highlight to you is that they certainly are, and they're of huge benefit to you and to your guests. So hyaluronic acid, the very first one that we're going to look at. As I said, after the age of 30, our stock levels begin to plummet. So 50%, we lose on average about 50% of the hyaluronic acid within our skin. It's the only glycosaminoglycan to hold 1,000 times its own weight. So it's like a sponge. It's going to help to absorb all of that moisture and help with the appearance and the structure of the skin. However, sodium hyaluronate is water soluble and penetrates deeply into the skin. It's the hydrolyzed version of hyaluronic acid. Both of them are humectants, and they help to retain moisture. So we're just going to look at sodium hyaluronate in a little bit more detail. And a little project for you is that if you do have, or even if you look online, at any hyaluronic acid products, serums, creams, whatever it may be, if you turn over the ingredients, you will see 99.9% of the time, it's sodium hyaluronate that the product house is using. So it's a derivative of hyaluronic acid. The reason why they use it is it has a lower molecular weight. It's a hydrolyzed version of it. So it's more easily absorbed into the dermal layer. It's also more stable as well. So it's preferred ingredient, but it's marketed as hyaluronic acid. So sodium hyaluronate has the ability to penetrate into deeper layers of the skin. It also attracts and binds water. This effect can plump the skin, thus reducing the look of wrinkles and making the skin look young again. Then we're going to look at sodium hyaluronate just in a couple of minutes time, but I just want to also talk to you about two more ingredients that if you haven't heard of, you will certainly hear of quite shortly, and I'm sure your guests will have heard of them too. Niacinamide, vitamin B3. It's not synthesized by our bodies. But it is a very, very important ingredient, an extremely strong antioxidant, but not only that, but it helps with the appearance of skin as well. So it helps to improve enlarged pores, uneven skin tone as well. So really, really helpful, just giving that kind of that mattified appearance to it. Fine lines and wrinkles, dullness and a weakened surface, all are improved with niacinamide. And again, you will see a lot of niacinamide serums on the market and coming through to the market. So within our laminaria digitata, which is here to just the side of your screen, niacinamide is naturally occurring. Incredible to realize that niacinamide, again, one of those buzzword ingredients, naturally occurs within our seaweed. And this seaweed, you can use it. It's not ground down. It's not placed into the products. You can have access to this seaweed in its real form. All that we do with this is we harvest it, we dry it, we package it, and we ship it to you. Very, very results driven. So laminaria contains your niacinamide, but remember as well, it's also fantastic for helping with collagen production too. And then finally, the last one, and I'll tie it all together with looking at some of our products that contain these ingredients just in a few moments' time. But the last one I want to speak to you about is squalane. So squalane, again, very much on the tip of everyone's tongue. A lot of serums, etc., moisturizers coming through with the presence of squalane in there. It is synthesized within our body. Another super antioxidant. It's a brilliant hydrator and kind of works similar to your hyaluronic acid. So it's great for helping to bind moisture, helping with the appearance of the skin, fine lines, adding hydration back into the skin as well. Great just if anyone has a very, very dry skin, just adding that comfort level back in there, and helping then also with the skin's protective barrier that a lot of the time becomes weakened as we age, or depending on our environment or the products or our diet, etc. Our lifestyle does become weakened. So anything that helps to fortify that protective skin barrier is really, really great to have in your products. So squalane, another ingredient to certainly watch out for. So our products that contain these VIP ingredients. We'll also look at a few more botanical ingredients as well that we have in there, because just before I came on, I was talking to Sarah, and I think a lot of the time, and certainly it's our unique selling point is having access to all of these fantastic seaweeds that we hand harvest ourselves, and therefore can place a high percentage into our formulations, leading to results. But we sometimes don't, I suppose, highlight the other incredible botanical ingredients, aromatherapy oils, that we work alongside. So we're just going to take a look at a couple of those now, and some of the specific products as well. Very first one of my absolute favourites, Hydroveil, which is our hydrating mask. A very, very comfortable mask to wear. So you can use it at night time, and it's comfortable enough to sleep in. So it contains your sodium hyaluronate in there. It contains squalane as well. And it also contains your laminary digitata, which has your niacinamide, or your vitamin B3. But not only that, but you have the likes of jojoba in there, great antioxidant. You have shea butter, which gives it that beautiful, rich texture. You have aloe vera. Aloe vera is what, not only do we use it obviously for its benefits when it comes to like anti-inflammatory and healing and cooling, but also aloe vera is a great preservative. So instead of using harsh preservatives, we use the likes of aloe vera and aromatherapy oils as well. And that gives our products really great shelf life without the presence, like I said, of harsh preservatives. We also have vanilla in there too. So it sits within our dry dehydrated range, but it's luxurious in the extreme. So really, really great, fantastic results driven product. Then we have got Dream Cream. So at night time, we all know that is when our skin takes that time to kind of repair itself and restore itself. So using the correct products at night, setting up a really good nighttime skincare routine is so, so important. And at nighttime as well, sometimes we like to use a heavier moisturizer, particularly for yourselves in the likes of Mexico and the Caribbean, where a lot of the time you do need to sleep with air conditioning on, etc. So having a really, really good night cream is so, so important when it comes to helping to protect your skin in the sleeping hours. So not only do we have our laminary digitata in here that contains your niacinamide, we also have sodium hyaluronate as well, going to help just to retain that moisture in the skin, help with the appearance of the skin, the comfort of the skin. We also have coconut oil as well, so, so well known. So these are all ingredients that are great to highlight to your guests, and when you are kind of speaking with them. Great to kind of, also mention these products too. We have shea butter as well. And then we also have argan oil too. Argan oil, very, very popular obviously within hair care products, but it is incredible to use within skincare products as well. And then we have got Pearlesque. Pearlesque has been my facial moisturizer now for, I think it was, I always refer to these products as new products, but they're with us about 4 to 5 years now. Pearlesque, my absolute go-to product. Just the feeling of placing it onto your skin in the morning time. It's that luxurious, that beautiful texture, that rich texture. But again, we have no harmful ingredients in there, so it doesn't sit on the surface of your skin. You get that instantaneous kind of appreciation for the product. And then it's absorbed into the skin, and you don't have that tackiness that you generally do when you have the likes of glycerols, etc. in your moisturizer. So we have sodium hyaluronate in there, again, helping with the appearance, the structure of the skin. You've got your squalane in there. It's the second ingredient, so very, very high levels of squalane. Your niacinamide, we've got neroli oil, shea butter, argan oil, and then also pomegranate. So pomegranate, great for helping to stay collagen production as well. So with the seaweed and the pomegranate in there, great anti-aging product. And then additional VOYA products that do have these superstar ingredients. So you have Love Scrub, which is pictured. Love Scrub is our facial exfoliator. We use spiny bamboo particles in here because I know a lot of the time, and there has been, I suppose, over the years, a lot of controversy over the microbeads that some companies were using. And again, consumers are aware of it, and they generally do ask the question as to what we use as the exfoliating particles. So yes, spiny bamboo, completely biodegradable and not harmful to the environment. So you have your sodium hyaluronate, your niacinamide in there. My little hero is, I suppose, our iconic. It's what we're known for. My little hero is our seaweed serum, packed full of fucosterol seaweed, and it too contains squalene as well. You've got Bright Eyes, which is our eye cream. Our eye creams, award-winning eye creams, because seaweed is great for stimulating the lymphatic system, so helping with puffiness, flushing that lymph to behind the ears, out to those ear nodes, and then also seaweed great for the circulatory system, so great for helping with dark shadows underneath the eyes too. So Bright Eyes contains your squalene in there and your sodium hyaluronate. Me Time is our facial moisturizer within the normal sensitive range, been with us from the very start and still one of our best sellers, and it contains your sodium hyaluronate. And then Visage, which contains squalene as well. Visage is our eye mask. So you have Bright Eyes for daytime use, and then you have Visage then for nighttime use then as well. And that is it. So thank you everybody so much for joining me. I know that it is hard to I suppose to concentrate during these webinars, so I hope I kept it quite interactive for you. But yeah, Sarah, is there any questions or anything that you wanted me to recap on at all?
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Really, really interesting. I do have a question for you. You touched a little bit about this at the beginning, but maybe you can explain to our audience, how can training be facilitated this year while travel is still difficult?
Oh my gosh, well, this is kind of my forte, isn't it? So yeah, I have worked within the training department here in VOYA for 9 years. And I have travelled to all ends of the earth. So for myself, when it came to May and we really had to change things up, virtual training was something that I wasn't prepared for. And we hadn't foreseen that we would need to go down this route. But thankfully, a year on, it is a finely oiled machine, and it's one that we have managed to open some of the most incredible accounts international. And it very much opens up doors to our international accounts as well. I think I mentioned about the peninsula in Hong Kong. Just before the whole pandemic, we had our team member, flights were booked, ready to head out there. She was staying 3 weeks to train the whole team in kind of segments and that. Everything went into lockdown. So no, through many a 6 a.m. call, we got them up and running, and they commented that it was just like having our trainer in the room. And we do have a US trainer, so we do have a US warehouse location in New York. We do have a US trainer as well, so just for like time zones, etc. And then we do have a US business development manager as well, which I can give you her details too if there's anybody interested. But yeah, virtual training is absolutely no problem to us now, and it's something that we've finely tuned, thankfully, over the past year.
Wonderful. Things have changed, hey? Another question about the products. If a spa was cautious about what products they bring in, whether it's due to spending budget restrictions or whatever, can they start with offering baths without committing to the whole line of products?
What we usually say is we do ask that a minimum of 6 treatments are taken onto the menu. There's a number of reasons for that, I suppose, is that we have found in the past that we did open up very, very small kind of treatments. And unfortunately, it worked to a disadvantage, because for the spa, it didn't give us the kind of profile. You did wait for that kind of specific customer to come in and book a treatment. So it didn't, I suppose, showcase VOYA and encourage people to book treatments and that. So that's why we always say to start with a minimum of 6 treatments. I mean, opening packages, that kind of thing can be very much tailored, but it does give you the best opportunity of bringing a new and an innovative range into the spa, as well as the therapist as well. It gets them involved that little bit more as well. If you start with a very small offering and just the likes of a baths and stuff, we do find that the pace isn't as quick as I suppose for you guys to grow VOYA as would be desired.
That's very helpful information for the audience. Thanks.
Yeah.
And one final question. Your super interesting information about how seaweed helps with antioxidant protection and prevents collagen loss sparked another question. Can seaweed be taken orally to help with these?
Yes. And that is, we have got a fantastic sister company. So yeah, that did very much with ourselves. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly looking and taking in feedback as well from both our spa partners and then also, clients and customers. So yeah, we have got a brand new company, Seaweed. So SEA and then OFADA. If you just type in OR, you'll get it as well. So Seaweed are a range of multivitamins that we do offer. So yeah, we have one for skin, hair, and nails, and then we have one for cognitive development, and then also for the body as well. So yeah, 2 tablets a day, and they are absolutely fantastic. I've been taking them since they came on the market. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for all of the interesting information and advice.
No problem.
And we'll be sure to share your contact details and the contact details of VOYA in the US on our time zone with our audience as well. And this will be available on Facebook afterwards, and then we will turn it into a podcast as well to share with our audience.
Good. Okay.
Thank you so much, Gail.
No problem at all. It was an absolute joy to be on with you guys. So yeah, thank you very much.